Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here today to present a topic that is changing the way we interact with the digital world, which called Web3 profiles. I'm Muhammed Tanrıkulu, working for ENS Labs for more than 2.5 years now, and as a full stack developer, I'm doing pretty much everything, basically like whatever required. If there's anything that you are interested with the ENS or the Web3 profiles, I'm your go-to person during the event. And so as someone deeply interested with the blockchain and the digital identity for several years, I'm excited to share my insights here about the topic. Oh yeah, by the way, we forgot to change the things. So yeah, here's me, here's my ENS name. So let's start with Web3 profiles. So each day, millions of the transactions, interactions, and the exchanges are conducted online. And these exchanges are not conducted only by us, but also a lot of bots and the computers involved. And, but increasingly, it's becoming more us, basically. And our digital identities are now more than just the extensions of our physical selves. They become the central of like how we are working, how we are socializing, how we are engaging with the world, basically. And this rapid shift, highlighted by the emergence of the blockchain and the decentralized platforms, is now the redefining the fabric of this digital existence. So, sorry. So today, as we delve into the world of the Web3 and the transformative role of the Ethereum name service, we are not just exploring a technological evolution. We are uncovering a fundamental change in a way, the very nature of our digital selves, basically. For those who may not be familiar with the ENS, the Ethereum name service is a decentralized domain naming system built on top of Ethereum. And it's a key component of the Web3 ecosystem, which represents the next generation of the internet. This new internet, often called the Web3 world, basically, is a decentralized and open network and powered by the blockchain technology and also the distributed technologies. So, but what are these, like the Web3 profiles, and what is the Web3 world, and how do they work, and why are they important, and how does ENS plays a role into that? These are the questions today we'll be exploring. And I don't know, like, how many of you remember all these early times of internet? So, yeah, probably all people definitely know, like, what I'm talking about. So, in the beginning, we had the forums, only the emails, the FTPs to reach out to the files, and, like, this kind of things. And the message, like, first primitive version of the messengers and everything. So our digital identity on that time were super straightforward. It was just, like the functional and simply a way to, log into, like the services, and they were often anonymous. And with the rise of the social media, our digital footprints are expanded. So the platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn transformed our digital identities into the more dynamic and the interconnected representations of our real world selves, basically. So instead of the identity becoming, like our extension, it's actually started to become us. However, this era of digital identity has been marked by decentralization on many occasions. Our data controlled by this, like handful of the corporations that raise the significant privacy concerns and the vulnerability to the data breaches, basically. And I don't know if you know about one of the current events, that's the Cambridge Analytica. So basically in that event, or the breach, like over 87 million user data got breached, and this data used for the political advancements, basically, or like tricks, let's say. And in this landscape, we the users have had little control or ownership over our digital selves. So our identity is bound to the terms and policies of the platforms. We're never truly ours, basically. So it's the part of when you are using a service, there are like a bunch of terms and conditions that we never read, or just we claim that we read all the time. And these are basically like putting us in a position that whenever we share our data, is not our data anymore. And these data are used by these corporations to drive the data about you, to create a user persona or the profile about you. And now this is used sometimes for you, sometimes against you. So like the personalized advertisements is one of the example, or this data breach is one of the example. And now we are at the brink of a new era era with the Web3, where the principles of the decentralization, the blockchain technology, and the cryptographic security are rewriting the rules of our digital identity. So, understanding the Web3 profiles. So, as we navigate the digital world, we are always using our identities. So, our identity plays an important role. In traditional web, or Web 2, the identities are like pretty scattered. Like we don't have any, just only one identity, but like, we have an account in Facebook, or another one in LinkedIn, another one in Twitter, and we are just sharing about what they are requiring from us. And so, with the Web3 profiles, we aim to change this. In the Web3 space, your profile serves as your digital identity, but with a key difference. You own and control your data. And an identity, of course, not a third-party platform. This is a fundamental shift in the way that we think about the digital identity. A Web3 profile is essentially a set of public keys, each associated with a different distributed systems, or the blockchains, along with optional metadata. These public keys are your identifiers on the respective systems, basically. And the metadata can include the information about your name, your avatar, your biography, much like a profile on the social media platform. But unlike a social media platforms, it's decentralized and it's interoperable, which means that you can use it across the different the applications and the services in the Web3 space without recreating your profile again and again. And this increases security, as you are not relying on the platform security measures to protect your identity, basically. And they give you a full control over your digital identity, so like anytime, whenever, or whatever you want to change or remove or just update, it's under your control. And so this is like giving this full control about your digital identity, aligning with the ethos of the decentralization that underpins the Web3. In summary, Web3 profiles represents a new paradigm for digital identity, one that is user-centric and respects individuals' privacy and control. And what is DNS? Now we discussed that, we discussed about the Web3 profiles. I will just explain a little bit about the ENS and like what is basically the connection. So the ENS is a like Ethereum name service and And Ethereum name service is distributed, open and extensible naming system based on the Ethereum blockchain. And the Ethereum name service, commonly known as ENS, is a decentralized blockchain-based naming system. It's akin to the internet's DNS, domain name system. But with a crucial difference, it operates on the Ethereum blockchain. And instead of mapping the domain name to the IP address, ENS maps human-readable names to machine-readable identifiers, such as Ethereum addresses. And this not only simplifies the transactions and the interactions, but also adds a layer of the user-friendliness to the Ethereum ecosystem. At its core, the Ethereum operates through the smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. And when a user registers a name, like let's say John.eth, so this registration is processed and stored as a transaction on the Ethereum blockchain. And this name can then be linked to various cryptocurrency addresses or different metadata or the different information. And making the transactions and the interactions more intuitive. When you send a transaction to John.eth, the ENS service resolves the name into the blockchain or the cryptocurrency address, and which simplifies these interactions on the transactions, basically. This is the primitive benefit of the ENS. But ENS extends beyond the address simplification. It plays a pivotal role in the identity management within the Web3 space. As ENS name can act as a digital identity, the representing a user across various decentralized applications is like, when I was talking about the Web3 identity and the ENS, so there was one little comment about the metadata. So this metadata, basically, anything about yourself. So it can be your biography again. It can be your email address. It can be your, I don't know, like Telegram handle, Twitter handle, like whichever or whatever the handles that you are using in the different platforms. You are able to keep this information under the ENS as a metadata. So, and the ENS is not limited to the Ethereum addresses. It also can be used with the different blockchain addresses as well. So it makes the ENS like more and more general than just the Ethereum. And furthermore, it's a generalized purpose naming system, meaning it can be used to name any piece of data on the internet as well. This includes IPFS hashes, Swarm or RWave hashes. These are all the decentralized storages. And the other blockchain addresses, as I mentioned. And this versatility made ENS as a powerful tool in the Web3 space. So, another hand use case, you see here that basically the ENS can just act like a DNS if you have your website uploaded into a decentralized storage, and you can just pin your content hash under the ENS, and any browser that's supporting the ENS resolution can basically resolve your decentralized website, and you can have the decentralized website which is censorship resistant. And there is also signing with Ethereum open standard if you haven't heard about it. It's basically the part of EIP called EIP 4361, which is a Web3 alternative for social logins. So in a sense, the ENS is a key building blocks for the decentralized web. It simplifies the interactions with the Ethereum addresses, supports Web3 profiles, and constantly being improved with the new features and integrations. Looking at the potential of ENS in shaping the future of the digital interactions and identity management, is immense. And the Web3 space continues to evolve. ENS stands as critical components in its infrastructure, paving the way for a more user-centric and decentralized digital world. And the ENS represents a significant leap forward from the Web2 identity systems. In Web2, our digital identities were fragmented across the platforms, owned and managed by the centralized entities. ENS, on the other hand, is decentralized. It's just managed with smart contracts, and it consolidates this identity into singular, user-owned entity within the Ethereum ecosystem, basically. And it enhanced the security and privacy, addressing the vulnerabilities of inherent in centralized systems by leveraging the blockchain technology. It ensures that the identities are tamper-proof and they're resistant to censorship. So, giving users a full control over the digital identities, basically. And with ENS, the focus shifts to a user-centric approach. Users are no longer just the passive participants in the digital world, but active owners of the digital identities, capable of managing and leveraging these identities across multiple platforms without relying on centralized authorities. So you have, like, this is the official manager of the ENS app, and you can just upload or just update any of your information, and then this information will be stored in the blockchain. It's not some central tool, so any client can actually help you to update this information, and then whichever application implementing the ENS in the contract level can retrieve this information without asking anything to the ENS, because the ENS is not keeping anything about you. So it's all on the blockchain, and it's based on your permission. And yeah, like these are the use cases, some of the use cases the ENS actively used as your Web3 profile. And so, ultimately, the evolution of the Web3 identities like ENS is more than a technological revolution. It's a societal shift towards a more decentralized, secure and user-empowered digital world. As these technologies mature, we might witness a significant transformation in how we interact, transact, and establish our presence in digital realm. So these identities can change basically how we are using the internet, and also how we start to behave, because now we are not giving our data outside to be, to be profited, but we are basically managing everything for ourselves. And at the edge of this thrilling digital revolution, we should wonder how will our digital interactions change, and how will the cutting-edge technologies like ENS redefine our online identities and presence and existence in the upcoming years. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'm open to.
Okay, yeah, sorry if I missed this, but I think when you buy your domain name, it's like renting, similar to Web2 world, right? You mentioned it. So I guess so.
Like currently, there are of course some UX differences because the limitations of the blockchain, that we have to use the wallet and the wallet needs to interact with the application. But what we are experimenting in ENS, basically, we are trying to improve this UX, so the people will feel more like, like especially the Web2 commerce will feel that they are not that, like they are familiar with all the terms that what they see. Because one of the biggest problem in front of us, not only ENS but the whole blockchain world actually, as a tech savvies, we somehow know all these technologies and we are getting adapted. But there are people out there that they have no idea about the blockchain, about the wallet, about the, like addresses. So this is all so foreigner for them. So Yeah, these are the limitations of the blockchain, but we are hardly working on it.
So, yeah, I was going to ask that. Actually, my question is, what happens on chain when your time expires? You know, if you like have 1 year, you know, that domain is assigned to you, I guess,
Yes.
1 year. Then what happens when it expires? What happens on chain? Can you explain that?
So when it expires in the on-chain level, basically the every data that you share under your ENS going to be erased. It's not going to be kept for you. But there are stages, basically, you know, like when the first expiry, you will have some time to renew, and if you are able to just, you know, like get a notification about that, you can renew it. And if that time passes, the name goes to the premium, which means that it starts from really high amount of value and start to decrease to the regular value, basically. Like these are all just to protect, you know, like the name squattings, or, you know, like if someone trying to snipe the name, and these are all the precautions. But yeah, all the data is after the expiry is erased, basically.
Oh, okay, thank you. Oh, also, is there any cost for this, erasing it for ENS?
No, it's completely automatic.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you for answer.
Hello, my name is Song Ping. I come from China, and it's very exciting to listen to your keynote. In terms of like the name service, we all know like it's kind of works as an infura in the Web3 world, like it's a digital world. But in case of like the use case, from your personal perspective, what do you think is the most kind of impressive use case for ENS? I mean, like any like combination with the real like other projects. Or
So may I ask the question again? Like,
Sure.
what is my
like what you think from your perspective the most impressive use case for ENS?
Oh, okay. So, personally, before joining ENS, I had my own side project. It was called Almonit, and it was a decentralized, I cannot say the search engine, but some kind of toy search engine to be able to search the decentralized websites. And to me, the decentralized website part of the ENS was the most exciting part, because now instead of using the regular, you know, like the servers and the mapping through the DNS and the IP address, we were able to, you know, like to use the decentralized storages and put our contents there, and then using the content hash under the ENS and resolving this ENS name on the browser. So what I was doing, I was writing an extension, and this extension was able to resolve the name in the traditional browsers, and it was retrieving the website. And also, I was scrolling and scrapping all the information from the blockchain about all these decentralized websites, and was creating an indexer. And with that indexer, you were able to basically do a client-side search for these decentralized websites, and like nobody knows what you are querying for. So it's like completely privacy preserving. I mean, of course, it's not. There are technical challenges if those indexers are getting bigger and bigger. But on that time, there were only, I don't know, like 15,000 decentralized websites, which was impressive, actually, like when we are thinking about the 2018. But yeah, definitely the decentralized websites.
I see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We are great appreciate to Muhammed Tanrıkulu for the valuable insights on Web3 identities. It's important to have a Web3 identity like it's in Web2.